Jujitsu, when I hit you, then I split you. Jujitsu, when I hit you, then I split you.
All right, let's do it.
Let's roll.
Let's roll. Oh, we're good, man. How you feeling, dude?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little wonky, but I'm going to get right into it, so it's all right.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that the past couple of days, just like health. I mean, I was talking to my one cousin, and she's a psychologist, but even she was like saying like not just mental health but physical health. She's like, a lot of people, patients that I talk to, it's not just the mental aspect, but they're not like, they're just so people working from home especially. Like now you're working double time, and she says, you gotta take the time, because she says like you see the physical start to like deteriorate, and she's like the mental is not that far behind, or vice versa.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I agree with her 100%. I think for us too is like we physically work our bodies, so sometimes we like physically break down and we don't really realize it, because we're just used to being like sore or something like that. But like
that's just the normal.
It's the normal. But then I think like what she was saying with like the mental, once you start mentally getting there like a little worn and everything, like I think there's a huge difference between like mentally tired and like a mental break, So I mean, like the mentally tired can also affect the physical, like the stress, the anxiety. So like I know even for me, it's like sometimes you're like, I'm not stressed. Like things are going good, but like it might be that underlying issue of like everything that happened. And like I know like the past year has been real tough on everybody, no matter what you're doing, whether you're working from home double time, whether your business is closed, whether your kids, you had another kid, whether the mortgage is the rent is due every fucking month, no matter if you have a job, you don't have a job, you got kids, you're not sleeping. So I think that and I think with everybody, especially in just like the climate or the frequency of America right now, I think everybody's just on edge.
Yeah. Like I said, the working from home thing, like I said, it has its pros and cons. Don't get me wrong. I love being home. I love being with my family. But at the same time, like you said, I'm working double hours, and then like say I work all day, and then my kid comes home at like 4 or 5, and then now it's like now you're changing gears.
There's no break.
I'm not.
Where like you used to at least get that half-hour drive home to like listen to your podcast or just put on some tunes on a nice day, throw the sunroof open and rock and roll. Like. You don't have that like break. Like even for me, like I live close to the school, so I go back and forth, but like I don't have like that ride where you get that 20 minutes, half hour to decompress before you home, mentally prepare, and then you walk in and you're like, okay, now I can switch gears. It goes from slam in the face, bang. Now you're like, oh, I gotta be dad. No, now I gotta be professional Drew. And then I gotta go back and do this, and then I gotta go hang out with me. I
used to feel like an asshole like when I would drive home from work. And like I pull into the garage.
You still need like another.
And I turn the car off, and I would just like sit
there. Yeah,
I'd sit there for like 10 minutes. I remember talking to one of my coworkers. I'm like, hey man, do you ever? And he's got 4 kids. I'm like, do you ever like pull in the garage and you take like an extra? And then before I can finish my sentence, he's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? He's like, I just sit. He's like, I just have to. Man.
You do. You have to like mentally transition. It's like mental prep.
You yourself up because you gotta. Now you're home. Like computers closed, the offices. You're out of the office, and now you gotta make sure you're present. So he's like, I gotta take a couple minutes, man. He's like, it's normal. It's normal. He's like, I'm sure like your wife does it too. When she comes home, she probably sits for a minute. She doesn't just hop out of like a moving car and like run into the house. And he's like, yeah, you need that. He's like, you got to do that sometimes,
Oh yeah, ran sometimes a half hour. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. I'm like, okay.
You just walk out.
Yeah, I'm like, well, the kids are just scraping at the door. She's like, I know, that's why I'm in the car. I'm like, okay.
I think that all the times, like especially when I was driving home, like I'd pull into the garage and just be sitting there. And all of a sudden, the garage door like slowly open, and my wife would look out, and she's like, "All right, yeah, I just want to make sure you're not dead." Like,
I know.
Heard you pull in, like
I just want to make sure you didn't put a hose in the tailpipe and run it back in the window.
Didn't just leave the car running. Yeah. The garage door shut. I'm like, no, I just need a minute. And she'd be like, all right. She's like, yeah, I'll see you in a sec. I'm like, yeah. So
nobody knows the troubles I have. Wow, right, dude. I get it, but you know what? it's normal. And I think, anybody listening, like if you are feeling that type of way, like it's normal, but it's not normal to be in that funk for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
So like me and Drew were talking about, like even like if it's like health or like whatever, like my mom just had a pacemaker put in, like we rushed her to the hospital, her oxygen was low, and they were like, dude, we need to get this done like now. And she, she was in, procedure, surgery, whatever they call it now, relatively quickly. And it kind of, she hasn't been feeling good for like a year, and they kept doing tests and couldn't find stuff. And she kept saying, she's like, something's not right. Something's not. And she has Lyme's too. So like, I think that was masking a lot of the stuff. Yeah. But, that was, it was scary for her. It was scary for us, like stuff like that. But, now she's like, man, I can breathe again. Yeah. I can walk around. My blood pressure's not through the roof. So like, it was what she needed. And I mean, that's a good thing. But, it sucks that you had to bring her literally to the brink of death to the doctor was like, if you went like this for like another couple days, like you'd be in cardiac arrest, you'd be dead. Like,
that's probably, maybe it's a generation thing. She's used to just going, and it's like, I don't need to go to the doctors. My parents were the same way. I don't need to go to the doctor. Yeah, I feel crappy, but what else? Like I'm going, I know. Well, that's why your kids are like, you need to go to the doctor or the hospital now because
Yeah, well, like I'm not a big doctor person too either. But then like with my mom going through that, and like I've always like sometimes I feel a little bit, and I'm like, is this hereditary? Because we've had like aneurysms in our family, we've had a heart problem in our family. So like now it's like, oh, is this hereditary? Like, am I feeling this way just because I'm stressed, or is there something wrong? Yeah. And I never go to the doctor, like nothing. I get blood work done like once every 5 years.
Yeah. you want to chalk it up to being like, I work a lot, I do all this. I train a lot, I'm just, I just need to sleep for like a day or two.
Yeah, a day or two. I know. Just need a solid 48.
I dream of just like waking up and like.
Was that show The First 48?
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, I think it's important now. Like I was even telling you, I'm like, dude, just go get like your blood, get your levels checked just to make sure everything's intact.
Yeah, I mean, because like diabetes, high cholesterol, stuff like that runs in my family. Like even if you're eating right, like we still have like higher cholesterol, stuff like that. So maybe it's time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time.
Yeah, like blood pressure is one thing in my family.
Yep.
And even like cancer. So that was one of the things I was like, I wasn't feeling like bad, but I'm just like, all right, like I'm not as comfortable as I usually am. So
getting the bubble gut.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, I think about what I eat. It's like, all right, well, I did have 3 banks today. So
like, maybe that is. But that's a big thing, dude, because like when I used to drink Monster, right? So when I lived with my buddy, like me and him used to drink, what is that, the iced tea Monster or whatever. It's real good though. Yeah, it's good, right? So it tastes like almost like an Arnold Palmer. Yeah. Right? So we would get that. I'm like, oh, let's just go to Costco and we'll get a case because like instead of buying them for $3, we're like, dude. We didn't even finish the case, and both of us, I was like, are you having like explosive diarrhea at least like twice a day? And he's like, dude. And I'm like, it's these Monsters. They're killing us. They're killing us, bro. And he's like, I know. And we just stopped drinking them. So like, I don't do anything more than like a little Red Bull. I know you're a full can banger yourself.
Yeah,
but
for a while, like I was an idiot, and I was doing like one like 2 or 3 times a week, like one a day. And then I'm like, all right. So now it's like I reserve it. So it's one on Saturdays when I'm heading up here. But
no, like it's not like I'm drinking Red Bull. I used to drink like 1 or 2 Red Bulls every day, and now I'll like have one like maybe once a week.
My heart's just trying to tell me like, hey man.
Yeah, slow down, bro. Like on top of the coffee and shit too, but the coffee will even get you sometimes too. But yeah, I mean like that's the whole thing. Like I think we're also like in our society too, we're pushed to burn from both ends all the time. Yeah. So it's like, well, I need to stay up, I need to work, I need to be functioning, I need to be this, I need to be that, and how do I keep going, right?
Yeah, I think it's very easy when you're a parent to be the last person you think about.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, is my kids okay? Is my wife okay? Or is my husband okay? And you're thinking about everyone else. My family okay? Like my parents.
Self-care.
And then all of a sudden it gets to, then all of a sudden, like, you're the last one, and you barely think about yourself. Now something comes up, you just push it aside, and then,
Yeah, I mean, Rand has been definitely doing a switch in, like, our family life where, like, she's doing more of the self-care, which, she deserves. She works hard with the kids and everything else. But, like, I seen her, like, she does her program, and she helps people with nutrition and stuff like that. And, she's definitely, like, really pushing that self-care, self-help, self-stuff because you need to. You need the break.
Yeah,
you can't be redlined and having 3 little humans pull at you at all time. Like mentally, it's just like there's sometimes like you just gotta pull.
Yes. Also, I ended up going to a a gastroenterologist. That's the guy that checks like your guts.
Oh, I got one. You know,
Yeah.
remember Dr. Ed who trained with us? Not Dr. Ed Roll Junkie, Ed Barbarito.
Yeah,
Little guy. He's
yeah.
my gastro guy.
Oh,
Yep.
nice. Yeah.
'Cause I had some gut problem.
Yeah, so that was the thing. It was just so. I mean, I eat like the same 3 things every day, so I'm like, all right, something's up. So I went to him, and I'm like, yeah, something's not right. And then that's when he was just like, all right, man. He's like, you know what we're gonna do? He's like, I think we should do like the colonoscopy.
Oh, you got fingers in your bum
I'm
bum.
like, really? He's just
Did they
like,
spit
yeah.
on it first at least?
No, not
No.
at all.
Jerks.
But he's like, we just like this. We're gonna take a look, make sure everything's okay, especially if it runs in your family. And then he even says like, listen, there's like a prep you have to like do where it's like 2 big bottles of like this. It tastes like grape.
Yeah.
Like grape Gatorade.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I know what you're
He's
talking
like,
about.
drink 2 within a couple hours every time, and drink like shit ton of water. He's like, listen, I'm just gonna tell you, like it's not pleasant.
Yeah, it clears you out, right?
It's it's initially to flush you out.
Yeah,
go
so
off
they
the
can
camera.
say.
So yeah, and he's like, yeah, it'll kick in pretty quickly. And I'm like, all right. So like 5 o'clock, Thursday, drink the first one, nothing. I'm just like, oh man, like something's bad. So I'm thinking like something like
I'm dying.
I'm like, it's not working.
The grape drink ain't even working.
I called the office. I'm like, this thing isn't working. It's been like, an hour. They're like, yeah. And the nurse was nice enough. She's like, yeah, sometimes it takes a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, like they're like, it's 5 o'clock and 7 and 8 and 9, nothing.
Up all night, shit in your pants.
And, dude, I'm on the couch, like dead asleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably like 1:30 in the morning. Like it felt like someone shook me, like out of sleep.
Oh, dude, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, like the worst is happening,
Yeah.
and then running. But the thing is, like, I was up all night.
I know, because you're shitting. Like,
Yeah,
all that,
so
yeah.
I was up till 4:30 ish. Had to be at the hospital by like 6. So
Yeah.
even when I tried to lay down, like
Yeah,
didn't lay
nothing.
down.
You're like, I got to get up in an hour. Your body's not letting you
Yeah,
turn off. You're
yeah,
like,
like-
stay awake. You got to go.
trying to catch an Uber to the hospital, can't. No Ubers keep canceling. I have to drive myself to the hospital, then go through the procedure. And like, thankfully, like afterwards, like, yeah, he's like, everything's good. He's like, your
Yeah.
diet's good. And I was like, all right, but I still like, I felt better.
Yeah.
Even though I was exhausted, I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
like,
you feel
it's-
relieved, like a
did
little sense of a
something.
relief. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm not going to die from rectal cancer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did something to
Yeah.
make sure, like some part of like self care to make sure like I'm okay. And now I have that peace of mind.
Yeah.
To kind of. But it's so funny. Like I'm in the OR, and like the anesthesiologist, which made me think of Dr. Ed.
Yeah.
Because like as I'm like talking to her and she's like hooking everything up, like the nurse is sitting in the corner. One nurse is in the corner. She's like, "Listen, man, she's undefeated with knocking people out."
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
like-
great. It makes you feel a little
Yeah,
better,
but
right?
It's so creepy because like at one point I hear like the click of her like and she's like, "All right," she's like, "You're like your
Countdown.
yeah, she's like, "You're she calls it like a cocktail." So
Yeah.
your cocktail's running now. So she's like, "Don't fight it."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Are you killing me?" And then, dude, it's literally they were talking to me. And for some reason, one of the guys brought up Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
So it was like the anesthesiologist, the nurse in one corner, the dude who's like locking up my bed and fixing everything, like then the doctor, and they're like, "What are you eating after this?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So like, "Yeah, you should go to Chick-fil-A, man." So we're having a conversation about Chick-fil-A, and all of a sudden, just like that, like,
Ow.
out, and I wake up in my house bed, fully dressed, like not in the gown anymore, like in my pants and my hoodie, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
How'd you get dressed?
I don't remember. The last thing I remember was walking out of the building to the car, my wife picking me up.
You got roofied. They had a
Probably.
party in your bum bum while you were out.
I'm like scouring Facebook.
I
to
noticed.
see
I,
if
know,
there's any-
yeah, I noticed you were walking funny, buddy.
Yeah.
It's all right. Hey, listen.
They did things.
Do you
to
feel
me.
abused? Do you feel all right? Do we need to run back and go
Yeah.
fuck some shit up?
Show me the doll where they touched you.
Yeah. No spot number 1. No
Yeah.
spot number
But
2.
it's so crazy because even my wife was like, "Yeah, you called me all fucked up," and she's like, she's pretty much like, "You're slurring your words." You're like, "I'm ready. Come get me."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't remember that." And she's like, "Well, how'd you get dressed?" I'm like, "I don't remember getting dressed." Like you literally just snap awake and you're just like, nothing.
It's so fucking weird.
It's-
Anesthesia messes with people differently too. Like everybody's seen those videos of those kids like
Oh,
getting,
yeah,
like
coming out
getting
of
their
it.
tooth pulled and shit like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
different.
was it was weird. I mean, granted, I felt like I woke up feeling so refreshed though. It's like everyone says like it's the best sleep you're gonna have. Like
Well, because you're out.
yeah.
you're out.
So, but then the rest of the day, I tried to train too. Like,
Nah, you get off. You're wonky.
yeah, I
Your
was like,
butthole was loose.
I got home
You
at,
want to let nothing fall
Yeah.
out.
try not to like shit my brains.
Your
out,
prison
like,
purse.
I get home at like 9, and I'm like, I'm gonna train at like 12.
Yeah.
So I like have like a little bit of coffee and try to train, man. Dude, I was so off my game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
listen.
had my bracelet on, and people were just like, "Dude, we're at the hospital." And like, "Oh, yeah, I got."
Listen? What's the rule? 90-night, keep your butthole tight.
Yeah.
Didn't happen for you that day, so you're a little off,
Nothing
Bubba.
was tight that day. Nothing was tight that day at all, and I was just like, "Yeah."
Drew does mad squats too.
Yeah, I was like, I should have stayed in bed or something because I'm like, this is a huge mistake, man. And of course, the first kid I go with is like a new white belt, but he wrestles his entire life.
Yeah, so he's just trying to murder your face.
Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, like take it easy.
Come on.
Yeah, he's
My
just
butthole's backwards.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Shit, they fucking
Just had a camera on my inside.
just had like 3 hours of butt stuff.
Yeah.
You can't just try and kill me.
3 hours of butt stuff, he says. Oh,
That's why I made sure, I'm like,
fantastic.
just in case, I should probably wear my blackie to the gym. I'm like, just in case, like, someone goes knee on belly and I'm
You
not
don't want
ready.
to pull Claudio.
Yeah, I
You don't
don't
want
know.
to pull Claudio.
Claudio, what?
Oh, you got, dude. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll throw him under the bus. Fuck
Yeah.
it. So we were training, and Claudio had an accident, and he had a white gi on. And we're like, Claudio, did you shit your pants? He's like, no, man, no. We're like, Claudio, you shit your pants, bro. Yep.
Dude, I've seen people like shit and piss themselves from getting like choked out when they get
It happens.
when they get put out. Like,
Yeah,
they wake
because your
up.
body loses control.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm just like, shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never. That's why, like, if I'm even kind of close to tapping, or I just tap. I'm
Yeah.
I'm not shitting myself.
No, I'm not shitting myself in front
Yeah.
of all these people.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a wild and like I said.
Meanwhile, when
I
you're a
slept.
kid, you just like walk up to people and look them in the eyes and shit yourself. Did you poop?
Dude, that's 3-month-old now. You'll be changing her and you hear it. And it's
Yeah.
so loud.
I
You walk out
know.
For like 5 minutes straight, and she's just staring at you.
Yeah.
And she's like, good. Now clean it up.
Yeah,
I'm just
clean
like,
it up.
I'm like, oh god.
Get over here, kitchen bitch. Make me a sandwich when you're done.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Make me a bottle. She's like, give me some new clothes because they're definitely ruined.
And I want some of that weird warmy cereal stuff you start feeding me.
Oh, that starts next week. She starts eating
Yeah.
the solid food.
Ooh, then she sleep a little better.
I hope so.
That's
I
the
mean, she
word.
actually sleeps fine. She's just a 2-year-old.
Sleep regression, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. It comes in like there's different stages of it.
Oh,
like,
yes, there
so-
is.
So,
Just talk to me, bro.
but even like
I've been there.
Like Friday, me getting ready to go to the hospital. Like I'm in the kitchen at like 5 a.m. and I'm like trying to get the Uber and like get all my stuff together. And
But now you come out of the
I hear her
room.
door open. She comes walking in the house. She got the blanket in one hand. And stuff in the hand,
Yeah,
and
like Linus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh man. And my wife's still sleeping, so I'm like, oh, I gotta get her back in bed. And,
know.
like, and sometimes like no matter what you do, she doesn't want to. She's like, she's
Yeah.
up and ready.
Yeah.
So I like pick her up gently and I put
Like,
her
I
back.
love you so much. Just go to sleep,
I'm
little
like,
angel.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Like give her a little kiss. Like put
Yeah.
her back in bed. She rolled over and like passed out. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
thank
fuck.
God.
I'm like, oh,
Thank
Jesus.
God. Well,
Like,
she heard that up, so she wanted to hang out
Oh,
with
yeah. I'm like stomping around like an asshole. So yeah.
you. Well, because you have 1 hour of sleep and you're like basically drunk walking all over the house.
God, man, it's the worst. And like, man, I didn't sleep at all really last night.
You got to
like,
drunk walk, and then you got up and got roofied, and then you
Yeah.
had butt play in your bum,
Yeah.
and then you went to go train, and almost pooped yourself. You had a hell of a 2 days, huh, buddy?
yeah.
Drew needs a hug. Everybody give Drew a virtual hug.
I don't have an off switch. I'm like, yeah, I can do it all today because I figured I'm off of work. So I'm like, I gotta train, like and then I'm just like, I shouldn't have trained.
No,
Yeah.
dude, like that is the problem a lot. Is like we don't have off switch and we don't know how to rest. And then what the problem is too now, I feel like even like when we do feel that need to do that, you feel guilty because your wife's like, I don't get to rest. I don't get to sit down. What, you want me to do? You want? And I'm like, honey, I just wrestled humans for 12 hours straight. I'm sorry. Like, my body's fatigued. She's like, you don't think my body's fatigued? And I'm like, okay, I'll just sit here and shake. Okay, because you're shaking too. So I guess it's good if we're both shaking, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, we both need it, you know? I mean, 100% she needs it too, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've been trying to like hopefully like try to like push my wife to like just go out for a couple hours, like, and she did it last week. She went to
Like, yes, go leave me the fuck alone.
so and like she's nice enough to she lets me come train to the podcast on like Saturdays.
Oh, that's
so
nice
I'm
of her.
going.
That's
I'm
nice
going,
of her.
I'm going for like 5 hours, so I'm like I tell her
know.
on Sundays I'm like just go. Take
I
me to the
know.
kids,
Dude,
like, just
yeah,
go.
go.
Just, like,
I know.
like they go crazy. Well, I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
figure
all
it
right.
out, man. Yeah, just
I'll keep them alive.
yeah.
That's
I'll
what that's.
try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my
I haven't
hardest.
failed yet. You know, like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, dude, I get it.
Yeah.
I bring the boys with me training on Sunday sometimes just so she can have like an hour, 2 hours. You know, then I take them to lunch, so she usually gets like 4 or 5 if I take them with me. But yeah, but it's hard too with 3 because it's like sometimes I only take 2 and you still have 1 with you, and so on and so forth. But I mean, I know we sound like horrible fathers. We're like, oh fuck it. But everybody who has kids knows exactly what the fuck we are talking about.
Yeah, I think it's so funny when like her, my sister-in-law we'll take the baby. Well, both of them. We'll take them for like a night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like, oh, we're gonna go out and like you have a nice dinner and
Yeah,
everything.
go out to go to. You're like blue-haired special people now,
Yeah.
right? Dude, me and Rand were like, all right, we got our 5 o'clock reservation. We'll be home. Yeah. It's 9 o'clock out. It goes.
That's the thing.
It goes one of two ways with us: 9 o'clock out, or we stay up until 5 o'clock in the morning, like we're 20 years old, and we're like, woo!
Dude, the last time I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Can't be trusted at a bar being her without kids. We're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Oh yeah, we were like talking like we're gonna do this, dude. My wife like 7 o'clock. My wife's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
You hang out, and then like I was up to like I'm like,
You're like, not even a fucking handy? What the hell, man?
yeah,
I'm not even asking for much. Just a little rich switch. What the hell?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I was out by like 8. Like right after she went, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, he was like, oh, after you went to bed, we'll go rub one out and then fall asleep.
Rub one out, go eat some cereal, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I call that good day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes you just need that recovery, man. You need that sleep, you know?
Yeah.
You do.
Sleep.
Yeah, sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep is the cousin of death, as Nas would say.
Whatever.
Right.
At this point, I'm just, just give me like a couple days. That's it.
Yeah. I just need a solid week.
Yeah. I keep telling myself like take a Friday off, or like something, just to, like nap, because now
I'm
my
telling
older
you.
daughter's in
I'm telling you
daycare,
this
like,
right now. Verizon will survive without you.
Yeah.
I used to tell my buddy his family owns a huge local bakery here, and he's like the head of production, and they do all the bread for everywhere around here and all that stuff. And they have a huge plant and all the time, and like they'd be running him ragged, and he'd be like like you could see it like stressed, like purple, like going to the hospital because he's so stressed. Well, I'm like, I look at him and go, at the end of the day, bro, it's just bread. It's just fucking a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
He's like, ever since I did that to him, he's like, now when I get stressed, he goes, I just hear you in my head. It's just bread.
Just bread. Man.
It's just bread, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping. Well, it's starting to get warm out too, so it'll be nice to like be outside.
Oh, you don't want to commit murder-suicide on yourself?
No.
Yeah, no, not at all. You don't feel like you live in Seattle? Wait till it starts raining next month. You're going to be like, no, but... I know. That's the Jersey hustle, though. You get some beautiful, and then you could either get really nice, or you're just going to get 30 days of rain. You go from the cold to the 30 days of doom and gloom, and that's why it's nice to get that energy of the sun and everything else, a little vitamin D. You know what it is.
Like just even like cutting the grass, man.
Yeah.
Just getting out there, like
You call it cutting, I call it something else.
like actually,
You can do both at the same time.
it's multitasking.
Multitasking.
Folks,
I know, cutting the grass, having a beer, having a little.
man.
You're
See,
good
my
to
neighbor
go.
grew up. He had the little holder on like his walk behind, where he put like little beer.
Ooh,
in there,
a
like,
holder on the walk
and then he
behind.
just walks, takes a sip. He always had the like the noise canceling headphones, but he has like music in them and stuff.
Mhm.
So, like,
Oh yeah, I always throw my headphones on and
yeah,
just go.
Got your tunes, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice.
I know. I'm gonna do a little backyard revamp. I was gonna do it last year, but then everything closed down, so I like hand dug my front by ourselves. This year, I'm having my buddy come in. He's gonna do the backyard, take it out.
That'd be nice.
Horseshoe pit, fire pit, boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Horseshoe pit.
boom, boom, boom.
I think we should bring back the lawn darts.
Maybe
Maybe we could find a set on Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist, or we could just make spears in the woods and throw them at each other's eyes for fun. It's basically the same thing. All right, Drew, go look at the sun. Watch it.
So what are you doing on Saturday? It's like, I don't know. Hey, do you want to get blackout drunk and throw spears at each other? It's like, you know what, man?
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, great idea.
Great idea.
I will bring more beer.
I'll be there by 2.
Bring more alcohol so we
Yeah.
can drink even more and throw spears at each other.
Yeah.
But I never used to hear a lot of accidents.
Well, listen, you know what? Sometimes you need to drink and freaking, survive death.
feel-
Like,
I feel
that
like-
seems like a normal thing to
'Cause I
keep you.
remember everyone, like all my friends, like everyone had a set.
Oh,
Like,
dude, there was always, like, the rusty set in the garage
yeah,
somewhere. Yep.
There's always like the hardcore, like,
Yep.
you never heard of anyone getting like an arrow in the foot. Like everyone kind of made sure to. It's even when you look at pictures of like old jungle gyms, like 13 feet in the air. How many kids got hurt? None. For some reason, like
They just buried them where they fell.
Yeah.
Never hear about it
well,
again.
you gotta think about it this way: if you're on the monkey bars and you're like climbing, you're like 15 feet up. It's like this way: either make it across,
Crossing,
or
you die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's it. So it's death grip.
That,
like you're getting
that
across.
generation was tougher.
Yeah.
just by their playgrounds. Now we have all like rubber padded playgrounds.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It still creeps me out though. Like it definitely still creeps me out. Like I don't like heights, so like I see my kids up there sometimes. I'm like, whoa, ho, 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 ho. And they're so little, and you're like, that motherfucker's gonna bounce, man. Like,
There's one by our house, like a small park. I mean, it's, like the highest part of it, probably like 10 feet. And like you think like granted there's like mulch, like fresh mulch, like keep
Yeah,
putting in.
yeah. So you got a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, a little bit of a cushion, but I'm still like it's high. She's little, like she's not 6'1", so she falls like she's good. Like,
Tuck and roll.
Yeah,
And
yeah, dude.
she's got your genes. She's sturdy. Don't worry.
I hope so. I really do. Yeah, she messes around. She climbs. I mean, your kids. They climb
everything.
Like the higher the better. Like,
you saw 2 of my animals this morning coming. Hey, Drew.
Yep.
Hey, Drew.
running around the
parking lot. I know. You can't stop them.
No.
I try. I'm like, no. Whoa. You see me and Rand. We're like, stop. They're just like, bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Frogger. Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. Yeah, I know. It's I know. We're terrible parents. I know.
It's been a lot.
They're still kicking.
Still kicking.
They're still kicking.
That's it.
I brought one back from his guts on the outsides. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
You know.
You see him now, man.
Dude, he's an animal.
Man.
He's an animal, right?
Just doesn't stop.
He's a joker too, bro. He busts your balls. I think he was
Really?
busting your balls when you walk. Oh no, Jubin. Today, our favorite Jewish Cuban, Jubin.
Yeah.
They get out of the car. They're like, Jubin's here. Jubin's like one of the head cooks over at the thing.
Yeah.
They're like, Jubin, your food is amazing. They're going out the window. Dude, he's like, you're the best chef. And Jubin's like, yeah, I'm the best chef. And they're like going back and forth. I'm like, bro, they're your biggest hype man for
There you
food,
go,
bro.
man.
They
That's
love
it.
food, and you're their man.
Yep.
They know who cooks it. Oh, it's great.
Definitely.
It's funny. They're like little men now.
Yeah.
Yep. So I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go to a wrestling meet tomorrow. That's
You're a
fun.
wrestling dad now.
Dude.
I mean, it's not like you have anything else going on.
No, not at all. Red just was like, oh, he could help out when he has time, and then now I'm a coach.
That's it. Munchkins,
Coach.
bringing all the snacks,
I don't like going to jiu-jitsu tournaments now. Like, dude, and it's just like all over again.
Yeah,
But Gab got bumped up to varsity, so now he's
was
with the
because of
big
his last
dogs.
match.
Yeah, because
See?
he brought it to him.
Dude, I told you.
They bumped him up varsity, and then he brought it to him. He lost, but he lost in overtime on a point, and the other kid got most of his points because Gav locked his hands because he thinks seatbelt grip you could do in wrestling, but you can't. It's just for jiu-jitsu. Can't lock hands on the ground.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Whatever. So they bumped him up. I had him practicing with varsity. He wanted to do it. I said, listen, you don't want to do it, don't do it, because Daddy doesn't want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning or be somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning. Got to get up at 6 something.
Well, they
If you don't want to do it.
At that
If you want to
age,
do
right?
it, I'll get up and we'll roll. We'll
Yeah.
go, but.
Well, at that age, don't they compete pretty frequently, right?
They should. I mean, this year's a giant clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Some teams haven't even competed. And then the one guy, head of the team. Last year, it's funny how, 1 year changes so much.
Yeah.
Because, last year, Gav went to Tri-County by himself. I went with him. We couldn't even, get him a coach.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even, they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to be on Mat 6. And I was like, whatever. I just stuck with him, and I coached him. He did really well. He took second. This year, they're like, oh, we're moving up to varsity. They called me. They're like, we really think he could do well in states. I'm like, he's 6.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what fucking referee's position is.
First of all, thanks.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
first of all, thanks, and I know he's a stud, but
Yeah.
and I know he would do well, but I'm like, we need to get him more matches so he at least understands the points and stuff, because I'm not going to waste a weekend driving down to Atlantic City, because it's usually one weekend, but I think it's spread over 3 now.
Yeah.
But drive to South Jersey for my 6-year-old to be a state champ. Come on, man. It doesn't matter. You ain't winning no, scholarships in there, but wrestling dads are wrestling dads, bro.
That's it, man.
Me and one of his clinic head wrestling coach, his son trains with me, but he also was a coach at Pope John. He's the athletic director for Jefferson, and he wrestled all in college and shit. And me and Bill are around the same age. We were talking, and we're like, we just look at each other, and we're like, he's like, yeah, and I'm like, it's the same guys who've never competed before. It's the same guys who've never wrestled before. They're just throwing. He's like, dude, I know. And we were just going back and forth, and we're like, yeah, I don't know. I guess vicariously living through children sometimes, But like I said to Gav, I always ask him, I give him the choice. If he wants to do it, I'm with him 100%. If he doesn't want to do it, I ain't going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Because time is valuable.
Yeah, if you don't get it back.
No.
So, that's good, though.
And I can do other things.
Yeah.
Like try to sleep.
No, you can't.
No, not
you
allowed.
can't.
Not allowed. Not at all.
Yeah, I feel like I've become a master of power napping.
I think we should try to get a sponsor by NyQuil.
Yeah. NyQuil, and especially in fall, NyQuil and Mucinex.
Yeah, Mucinex will be good.
Just the two. If I had that,
I could have half a day to myself.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping I could maybe relax today. Somewhat nice out. Maybe we'll go for a walk.
Oh, it is nice. You should get a walk in.
Yeah.
You should. You should get a nice little Trotsky in. Yeah.
Collect my thoughts.
Yeah. Are you gonna be by yourself?
No.
Yeah.
Cool, I'll be with me. I got the double stroller now, so then I can put them both in there. I have to have 2 strollers.
Ah, wait till you get a third one. Then it's called pushing a mini love seat.
No.
Dude, we literally had a 3-man.
Like in line or across?
Crossed. It was like pushing. It's like pushing this futon with the handle on the back. All 3 of them. It's got like 5 wheels in the front.
I always see those people with like those running strollers, and I'm like,
We had one, but like Rand almost killed herself with the thing because like the Schwinn, the certain one, like
Yeah.
it would twist, and she almost like flipped over it with the kids in it, like, and it was like a problem. Like we looked it up, and there was like recalls for it because like,
Dude,
but it was
there's
a
so-
jogging stroller, so you could like go fast.
there's so much recalls on like like high seats and all that stuff.
Oh, they don't care if your kids die; they just get them out there.
Like the things like folding up with the kids still inside them and everything, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. I found out recently. Like, I was talking to my mom about like his recalls and like car
Mm-hmm.
seats and everything, and my mom's like, yeah, I really didn't use one that much.
I know.
And
Yeah,
I was like,
bucket football helmet.
I'm like, car seat? And she's like, yeah, especially going to church. It was like a close enough drive. Like, you just sit on your sister's lap. Or should I just put you on the floor behind the seat?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
on the floor.
and I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, like a little chair that you would sit in. I just put it behind the back seat and you would sit there. And I'm like, what car did you have back there? It's like a Volkswagen Rabbit. And
Yeah, rear-ended, dead.
yeah, I'm like,
Dead.
I'm like, she's like, yeah, you're fine. I'm
Yeah,
just
you're
like,
fine.
wow.
It
I'm
is.
like, if you saw that now, like,
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what really blasts like grinds my gears. All those recalls. Who's in charge of that? Who oversees all that shit?
what do you mean?
Government. Car seats, everything. Look how many recalls. You want them in charge of you? No
Yeah.
way, no how, man.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's always something.
Dude, it's every week. It's like, oh, you're a 1998 Kia. You know, the doors don't close and it's a recall.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Then it's like, oh, this car seat, this brand, this model number. Yeah, it lights on fire when the sun hits the side of it.
Yeah, this airbag just goes off.
I know. There's so much shit. And like, listen, there shit happens, especially mechanical things. They break. So like, you know, there is things for that. But like sometimes there's a lot of times they knowingly put out shit that's like, fuck it, send it.
Dude, yeah, driving up here.
After the 10,000 death, we'll be all right.
I saw, what was it? An old Buick Roadmaster.
Ooh.
The big fucking station wagon.
Yeah.
Essentially bulletproof. It has the bench seat in the back.
Oh yeah, facing the back.
Yeah, I'm like,
Did it
I
have
need-
wood paneling?
It was white with the wood paneling. And I'm like, I need that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need like a brand new minivan. I need a Roadmaster.
Roadmaster.
Like,
Yeah.
Big V8 in it and everything. I'm like, why even bother buying a new car?
Solid steel. You
Like,
can hit
literally
anything
solid
and
steel,
murder it.
bulletproof,
Put a
you
plow
go-
on the front of it.
Go through anything. I'm like,
yeah.
because I remember my uncle growing up. That's all he had was Roadmasters and Chevy Caprices.
Chevy Caprices.
Yeah,
Yep, they're
what-
huge cars.
Yeah, the old police cars. He would
Yep.
just buy those. He would
Yep.
buy all those up. And I'm like, shit, I just got one of those, man.
Chevy Caprice.
Yeah. Like a Blues Brothers car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
That'd be nice.
Who did I see the other segment? Who was that? Guitarist. I know this is totally out of left field. Black guy. His teeth are a little fucked up in the front. Very old. It's that song. A boom, 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 boom. You know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Yep.
Famous guitarist, John. Is it John?
I know who you're talking. I know the song.
If you guys remember, comment in the section. I saw it the other day. I saw this whole like digitally remastered where they put it in the color because it was all black and white back
Yeah.
then, and he had like this group of like other musicians and just people hanging out, but they made it all color. What the hell is it? Oh, it's driving me nuts. I know it. Blues guy, John Henry, not John Henry, was it? No, John Henry was the guy who made the railroads.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the guy who worked on the railroads. I'm trying to think.
But I think it might be a John Henry too. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe? I don't know. Now I gotta Google the song.
Ah, a boom, 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 boom.
You know what? I'm gonna see if I can Shazam it.
Yep.
Yep.
What is it?
If I can, you ever use the Shazam app?
No.
So
I
it's
thought that was like
if
what
you- if you
Shaquille O'Neal did in that movie.
Oh
Shazam!
my god, worst fucking movie. Shazam. Then you had the video game Shaq Fu.
Yeah, Shaq Fu,
Oh, my
right?
gosh.
Yeah, I know.
But no, it's like this app. Like if you hear a song, you turn the app on and it listens to it.
Oh, and then it pulls it up for
Yeah,
you?
it pulls it up.
Do you need me to just sing with it?
I'm gonna see if I can sing. Let's see.
Let's Shazam this.
Let's see if it works.
Just test out this app, see if it needs a recall.
A boom, 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 boom.
Did it go up?
A boom, 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 boom.
Ah,
Like,
of course. Yep, Shazam. Well, you lost our sponsorship, douchebags. Now we're gonna go on to something else. Let's see.
I tried.
Boom, boom. Sorry about this dead time. We're both Googling.
Yeah, we're like trying to figure this song out. I'm like, whatever. Figure it out.
Oh no! Now it's bringing me to that song. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Spend the night together. Never, never, ever. Right? Maybe I put too many boom booms in there. I did. I put 3. Let's try this one. Nope. Nope. John Lee Hooker. Bam!
There
Got
we
it.
go.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Figured it out.
We can't play it on air because we'll get yanked off of YouTube.
Oh,
Because,
the copyright and
Yeah.
everything.
yeah.
Whatever. What are you gonna do? I don't care.
I don't
I
care.
don't care
I
anymore.
don't care about your communism and socialism.
I just want to nap and like
Drew's just in nap mode.
yeah, I just want to nap in like a turkey sub or something.
Well, we got a nice backdrop today of our Roll Junkie hoodie.
Oh,
Check
we
that
do,
bad
man.
boy out if you're on video. Ta-tow.
Yeah.
Ta-tow. Drew's got the nice orange monkey on today.
Like this is the Cypher T-shirt that matches the Cypher Gay, the newest one that I just came out with. So
Dope as shit.
folks, is coupon code 2LiveFools. That'll get you 15% off your order.
Entire order.
Entire order.
Not just
Roll
one
Junkie.
item.
And they just released another rash guard.
What?
Storm. You have that one, the gray
3/4?
one. No.
Or is it like the dust off but gray and
Gray.
black?
It's like the gray version. of
Dope
the
as shit. I look like a goddamn gorilla in the thing.
Yeah, so they got that, and then hopefully some hats. And
Oh, yeah. I would like a hat.
It's so funny they posted the picture of the original NJ MMA rash guard.
Oh,
The
gangster,
very
right?
black
Yep.
one, but it's funny when people comment and they post like Roll Junkie needs like a throwback series
Mhm.
and bring back a couple of those old rash guards. And like I was commenting on one of the pages once, and he's like, oh, maybe we'll do that. So
Well, yeah, because they do. They just put out new ones and then it just discontinued. But
Yeah.
there's ones that I'm sure have done pretty well.
yeah,
I don't got any Roll Junkie on today, but I got my 3 dad shirt on.
yeah,
This is how I roll.
that's it, man.
2 babies in one in the arm.
Yep.
That's what happens. When
So
it's on the
folks,
dick.
Check them out. What else can I say? Yeah, like I said, folks, like we're not experts,
Worth
but
it.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
So, folks, I mean, like
Pull
I
and
said,
pray.
for all the
Sorry, Drew's trying to be professional.
censorship.
Censorship. He turned my mic off.
Yeah, clicked it off. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, bullshit. You got all the controls.
As I throw the thing out the window.
I love it. I love
But folks, like I said, for all the parents out there, we understand like it's hard and all that, and I think we would always push like try and take some time for yourself.
it. Yep,
man.
we're in the trenches together, kids.
Yeah, like we can fight together. We understand, and like folks, jump online. If you have any tips, how to get some downtime or some best practices, like let us know, man.
Yeah, hit us up on our
Like I said,
Facebook page. Hit us up. Oh, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification buttons on our YouTube channel. Do that, and hit us up on our Instagram. We're always looking to hear feedback. All right,
if you have any tips on power napping, how to power nap like a pro, please let us know. 'Cause,
non-narcotically.
not liquid enhanced or induced, just the all natural. It's just how do I sleep better? Like we like to hear those too. So yeah, folks, like check us out. Comment, and like I said, we're all fighting this together. So
Keep the good fight going there,
keep
parents.
the fight going. Yeah.
All right.
It's all good. All right, folks.
Later.